the sense the feeling that sent around the stadium was magnificent. So it wasn't only the goal, it was the reaction to it and the feeling it created.
It is time to reveal the winners of the OTC World Cup Awards 2022. Player of the tournament, gentlemen, Andy?
It really needs to be Messi or Mbappe, doesn't it? But
Player of the tournament, it's a hard one.
I'm gonna give it to Antoine Griezmann because I think the gap between what was expected of him, especially after the last couple of years, and what he actually produced, he really helped knit it together for France. They don't get anywhere near the final without him.
It made France really look like some of the best performances by Spain. For me, he was like Sergio Busquets, actually, and he was just amazing. Anyway, that's my thought. What would you go for?
I mean, Messi is the right answer.
It is.
Is it?
But I appreciate Andy's effort to say something else. But, Messi is the right answer.
What about the game of the tournament? At the finals, the right answer is it?
I think it is. I'm sorry to be boring, but I just, it was a final that had everything and just delivered to such an extent that, yeah, I think so.
But so did Morocco-France. So did Morocco-Spain.
I did enjoy Portugal-Switzerland. That was fun to watch. And just watching Portugal be just completely liberated from the shackles that had previously been on them, that was good.
Well, I think in that first game against Ghana, the 3-2, they were completely liberated from any sort of tactical convention, which is a different way of enjoying football. Talking of chaotic, I think we have to have a word for Argentina-Netherlands as well. Like with all the stuff, the injustice of Mateo Leoz not getting another refereeing gig after that, after he completed the almost impossible and went through that game without sending anyone off. Seeing Argentina play brilliantly for most of that and then be undone by 80s Wimbledon, as I think we said at the time, with Wout Weghorst doing his stuff. I thought that was really exciting.
What about the goal of the tournament? This is probably the most challenging of the questions. Goal of the tournament?
For me, I think because I was there, Richarlison against Serbia.
Brilliant.
Because I was saying this yesterday on the Ramble, I think especially at the start of the tournament, it took a while for the atmosphere to get going. But there's always a special atmosphere around Brazil. There's so many actually colleagues I spoke to who are like, this is the day I'm going to see Brazil at a World Cup. It's, that childlike wonder that makes you think, actually, this is why you wanted to do this job in the first place. And everyone who's coming to the stadium, whoever they support, feels the same thing. I'm going to go and see Brazil in the World Cup. And then the Richarlison, who's this sort of belt and braces centre forward with a kind of first touch miscontrol, tees up this incredible volley. The sense the feeling that sent around the stadium was magnificent. So it wasn't only the goal, it was the reaction to it and the feeling it created.
Lars?
So a couple of games. The first thing that came to mind is just recency bias, but the second Argentina goal against France in the final was just unbelievable. But I also wanted Argentina's first goal against Netherlands, the Messi pass to Molina, which just there wasn't a pass on there, and he just sort of and that completely opened that game up for them. But actually, going back to the group stage, I mean, maybe not the most aesthetically pleasing goal. But the first Argentina goal against Mexico, the Messi shot from distance, is absolutely key to the whole tournament. We forget now just how much trouble they were in, Argentina, having lost to Saudi Arabia and having been really bad for a lot of that game against Mexico. Looking really anxious, couldn't really get anything going, had very, very few chances, only 3 or 4 shots before that goal, even fewer, I think it might have been 2. Had basically created nothing. And we're really heading for a situation where they could have 1 point from the first 2 games in the group stage. Very genuine chance of them going home. And Messi turns up and hits one from range and just fixes everything.
In a sentence, guys, your lasting memories of the World Cup.
As I said, getting the atmosphere going was absolutely key. I thought the Japan fans did that in the win against Germany at the Khalifa International Stadium. That was my first moment of the World Cup where I thought, hang on, shock, atmosphere, it's really happening here.
Lars, are you going to go for Soufiane Boufal's dance of his mum?
That's a strong candidate. But another slightly less worthy candidate is the Emiliano Martinez Golden Glove incident. which for me is the lasting image I think I'll have.
That photo is certainly a
It's
lasting image,
amazing.
isn't it?
Is it an up yours moment? Is it?
I would, I get grumpy about these things. I mean, any other time and place, I might have gone, oh, you shouldn't be doing that. But there's a time and a place for a court jester. And, Emiliano Martinez, maybe not one of life's natural good guys.
No.
But at that point in time in football history, that was the right time for a court jester to do his thing.
All the planets aligned, really, didn't they? Yeah. And in the midst of a host nation trying to make it all about themselves, having done that through